All right, let's talk chickens. Chickens are one of the best integral components that you can add to your homestead. They make wonderful pets, they earn their keep, and you get the most incredible compost from their manure. What I really love too about having your own chickens is you can choose your own breeds. You can get a variety of beautiful egg colors, and there is going to be no yolk as deep orange and nutritious as your own backyard chickens. When first starting out, I highly recommend getting 3 birds. Often, sadly as it is, there's going to be a chicken that passes for some random reason, especially in the urban homestead. It could be extreme heat, extreme frost, any sort of stress whatsoever. It could be an opossum or a raccoon attack. Chickens can die from getting egg bound when an egg gets stuck in their tract. So there's many odds out there against chickens, and if you start with 3, then you will usually be okay if just one passes. When it comes to purchasing your eggs for incubation, chicks, pullets, or hens, you've got a few options. You can either look around locally through Craigslist or Facebook and see if anybody has some available. Local farm and feed stores may also have chicks or pullets or sometimes hens or even roosters available. You can also look online. In the past, we've done both getting our chicks from a local source and also getting our chicks online. We've used mypetchicken.com, not sponsored. It is a responsible hatchery that has an incredible assortment of different breeds, and they have them organized for frost tolerance, heat tolerance, egg laying, or specialty breeds. And we have found a really incredible array of diverse breeds that have made having chickens a lot of fun. In terms of how many chickens you should have, I do recommend 3 for the beginning homesteader, especially in an urban environment. But usually chickens lay an egg a day. So determine how many eggs you want for your family or to have extras of, and that will tell you how many chickens you want. They'll occasionally take breaks during times of either stress or extreme heat or frost, and there are methods for preserving eggs that we will cover later on in this course. In terms of space, this coop here is prefabricated and was advertised for 10 to 12 chickens. I usually recommend always staying on the low end of how many chickens you have per your coop. And this was actually for 10 to 12 chickens, including this run space. But we have about 50 feet by 10 feet here, and then this space here for them to run around in. So technically, this is all of their run, and this is their coop. But I like having this run attached just in case we were ever to need to keep them inside for whatever reason. There are plenty of plans for how to build a coop DIY. Personally, I love the prefabricated. This is by Urban Coop Company, which I believe is no longer. But I like having all of the compartments, the nesting boxes. There are 2 here. And we have a little mosquito egg that we put citronella oil in to help deter mosquitoes. And we'll often use herbs from the garden as their nesting, but we'll get into more of that later. Inside, we use what's called the deep litter method, and we just cleaned it out. What we do is we take out 6 inches from inside this coop of dirt. You can kind of see here, and we backfill it with pine shavings. And so what happens is you rarely have to clean this, 1 to 2 times a year. The chickens compost this over time, and then you can add this directly to your compost pile for finishing the process. Predator protection is very important. So when we first installed this coop, we took out soil about 6 inches from underneath it and did hardware cloth on the inside and then out, and then put the soil right back on top and put these heavy stones around the perimeter. We take out their food pail every morning and we put it in this large pail. And we do that because we live right next to the river, and so possums and rats are very prominent in our area. So we put the food away every night to make sure we don't attract any rodents or predators. And then we also fill their water daily. There's options for this coop. Came with a feeder and a little waterer, but we don't use it because this is hard to clean, and this feeder would have the food out and would attract animals.